Peace, peace, peace. Happy new moon in Leo. Welcome. I'm like, and my main is popping just as it should be. What's up? I hope y'all are doing great this Leo season. I hope this new moon is treating you well. I know we're also kind of in the grips of Mercury retrograde. So I'm coming here with your new moon reading, and I'm gonna start doing my new and full moon readings because I do a new moon and a full moon reading for me each month. I don't do too much on the waxy moon phases, and I also don't sometimes I go on my break from doing divinations for myself, but this year, especially like the last 4 months, I've recognized how important it is for me to kind of be checking in because I'm kind of working on a lot. I'm creating a lot. I'm tapping in with a lot spiritually, and I'm in tuning my vessel and my clairs. And I do a lot of energy work. I do a lot of meditating. I do a lot of yoga, qigong, all the things. And I'm like, I don't know how people are like getting through 2025 that aren't that aren't doing all the things. And so I have recognized how important it is to kind of have those check-ins, especially if you're trying to be intentional with your path and where you're going and what you're doing in the world. And so I'm going to start doing full and new moon collective reads on YouTube, and very, very soon, hopefully by the next full moon, I'll have it up on my website for people to start booking their new and full moons reads. And how I've kind of been doing it this year, like when I would be doing readings for myself, and I record all of my readings for myself. So I've kind of been practicing for some time, even though, because I love to have a video record and I love going back and watching readings and all the things. But yeah, so this year I've kind of been making my own spreads, and they have been specific spreads that I use for whatever the energy is. So whatever the planet, the moon may be going through, and also it's kind of just a channel message for the things that may just be up for me or up for the collective. And like, because sometimes what's up for you, you'd be surprised is up for a lot of other people, because at the end of the day, believe it or not, we are influenced by the cosmos, right? Our bodies, our lives are influenced by the planetary bodies, the cosmic bodies that exist out there. But I don't want to go too long. I kind of want to get straight into it, but I just want to say hey, and my name is Naomi, because I didn't say that before. But yeah, so I'm an intuitive, an energy worker. I like to call myself a Mayat worker because it's all about the balance for me. But yeah, so besides that, let's get into the spread so when I do these, I'm going to be using the same spread that, I was using working for me, instead of using a general spread every time. So it is going to be like, we're going to be looking at different types of energies. So let's get into it, and hopefully we'll see. I'm going to do it with my Moonology deck. I also have my tarot and another oracle deck, and I also have my blessing cards here. We may just do Moonology. We'll see if I need clarification and, what the time is looking like, because my readings can go pretty long. And so I kind of want it to be very accessible for all of y'all. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. So call it in our ascended ancestors and guides, calling in our blessed angels to allow me to channel the message in a clear and concise way that will be in the collective's highest and best good. May all who need this message at the time find it when they most need it. So yeah, let's get right into it. So at this new moon in Leo, which was yesterday on the 24th, it is the 25th when I'm recording this and uploading it, but I believe the moon is in Leo until tomorrow, I think. So yeah, so the first question is, what energy is charging in for you at this new moon in Leo? What energy is ready for you to stand up, speak out, and take the lead at this new moon in Leo? What energy is coming from ego? Where is more courage, bravery, and heart needed? And what will help lighten up our hearts? Okay, so let's get right into it. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for the collective? What energy is charging in for the collective at this new moon in Leo? What energy is charging in? Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So like the thing that's going to be coming into fruition, I would say throughout Leo season, is that you're going to start seeing tangibly, especially with this being a Capricorn moon, Capricorn being an earth sign, something tangible, physical. You're going to see a physical manifestation of things that you have been working on, that you have been striving for. You're going to see something that lets you know, like, okay, I am on the right track. I am getting somewhere. There is movement happening, right? And so hopefully this will help you remain positive in whatever you may be striving for, what you may be trying to do. And yeah, we have your commitment is being tested at the bottom of the deck. So it is like, it wants you to keep going, right? And with this Capricorn energy, they kind of have the wherewithal, and Capricorn is also a cardinal sign, right? So very much the wherewithal to go for something and to stay with it and to stick with it. So your commitment is being tested here, and it's telling you to keep going, right? And maybe on the other side of it, it's funny I say the other side because half and half, right? So maybe there's another half of y'all where you'll see tangibly, you'll see physical evidence of something not going the way that you would have wanted, or something not working out in the way that you planned it, that you had an idea of it. And this is also coming in to let you know that maybe it's time to pivot and to go in another direction. And your commitment is going to be tested in the way like, can you make this change and still like not giving up on yourself? Like your hard work is going to pay off, but it may manifest differently for each person. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for what energy is ready for the collective to stand up, speak out, and take the lead at this new moon in energy? What energy is ready for you to stand up, speak out, and take the lead? It's time to release negativity. So I feel like this energy is ready for you to move forward. I'm gonna like push that. Hopefully that doesn't adjust the camera too much, so I can have room for spread. But with this time to release negativity, there's an energy that is ready for you to go forward. And with this Leo energy, Leos are like, they're big, they're the sun. And so like, of course the sun will have no problem taking the lead, right? Like it's getting you up, it's getting you started. They're having a positive outlook, right? And going back to that sun energy. So it's going to be time to release negativity, whether this be like negative thinking, maybe negative habits, maybe negative people that are coming into your space and kind of trying to put like, throw dirt on what you may be making or creating, or what you're like thinking about, or what you're trying to move into. So whether the negativity is external or internal, there's a big call to let this go at this time, because things are ready to come in for you, right? Your hard work is paying off. So don't let negative mindsets, maybe past negative experiences, affect you. Yeah, because nothing is yet set in stone. So if maybe before things didn't work out, that doesn't mean that that's what it will always be. Nothing is yet set in stone here. And this is the mutable moon. So it's like, I like this card because there's like room for maneuver, right? Like there's still time if you're not liking things, because I had said, maybe there's another half where you're going to see the tangible proof that like that's not what you should be doing, not who you should be working with, not where you should be at. this nothing is yet set in stone means that it's not, that doesn't mean just because it's not working right there or like that in that way at that time does not mean that all is lost, because things are still being formed here. You still have influence here. You could still manipulate things to go in your way, you know, in a positive way, of course, because we're releasing a negativity. It's not going to be any negative manipulation that causes harm to others. But just being able to still know that it's malleable, that things can still be formed. And one of the other things I really love about this card is that it's all rocky. The waves are very rocky. It's looking crazy, but look at that sky. That sky is clear. Things are going to clear up, even if it doesn't seem like it. Even if it seems you're in the midst of a storm, even if it seems like there's something that you can't handle, that's part of the negativity, because you can't handle it. Clear it. Clear it, just like that sky, because nothing is yet set in stone. Even if it looks crazy right now, it doesn't mean that that's what it has to be. 1111, I hope your wish comes true. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for what energy is coming from ego for the collective at this new moon in Leo? What energy is coming from ego? Being bold and make the first move. Be bold and make the first move. That's cardinal moon. And I was just talking about that cardinal energy. So what I'm kind of getting from this, like what's coming from ego, which is something that's false, something that's based on external, maybe programmings or whatever. That's kind of what builds up the ego, right? The past and things from the external. So this being bold, and like I could think, because there's like this thing on that, like on social media, people will talk about, you know, when it pertains to a relationship or even like friendships. Like, well, if they don't text me, then I won't text them, and I guess we're not talking. Or, you know, like, I'm not going to say nothing until they say something. I'm not going to do something until they do it. And like, when you're doing that, especially like for one, you shouldn't be matching energy, right? My teacher actually says, like, we don't match energy, we harmonize it. But we don't match energy because that brings us out of our authenticity. So let's say, and I was actually just having a conversation with my friend about this, you know, that energy of where it's like you want to do some tit for tat. And maybe that's like that pettiness energy when it's like, but that's not even really true for you. Like, let's just say for a dating example, I like someone, we're going out. Maybe they haven't texted me, and I'm a woman, so maybe I feel like I can't go and text a man first. And so I'm sitting here waiting for a text, even though I really want to talk to him. Like, that's the truth, right? Like, I really want to talk to him. I really, like, you know, want to make a bid for connection, have a, like, whatever. But I'm not doing that because I'm thinking, well, if he wanted to, he would, right? Or I'm thinking, like, if he cared enough, he would reach out to me. And, you know, you can go back and forth whether that is or not the case. But at the end of the day, if what you want to do is speak to somebody, you should speak. And you shouldn't let anything like stop you from that if you really wanted to do. Because, you know, I already said, like, the ego is built up of like past circumstances, right? Past happenings. So it could be a past circumstance where maybe it was like that. Like, maybe somebody genuinely didn't have real feelings for you, so maybe that's why they were never hitting you up. And you could have learned from that experience, like, oh, if somebody isn't texting me, or maybe if somebody doesn't text me back right away, then they don't care about me. And it's just like, that's not true. It's not true. And I think we can like set certain parameters and certain boxes, and it can create what we're experiencing. Like, it's all coming down, you know, reality all comes down to mindset, right? So it has to kind of be a mind over matter. And I had already spoke like about this cardinal energy that Capricorn has no problem like getting it started. Aries has no problem getting it started. Libra has no problem getting it started, okay? And who else? And Cancer, right? Like these are the people, you know, these are that cardinal energy where it's like you might have to be the first. And sometimes that can feel scary. And I was even having this conversation in my community as well. Like, and I think when it comes to me, like I have enough like F it energy in me. Like I can get to a space where I can feel like very nervous, or I could feel like very scared or worried and like, what if, but I always get to a point where it's just like, well, I'm gonna just do it. Like, forget it. I'm gonna just do it scared. Like, I promise. I would just do it scared. I would just do it nervous. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Because at the end of the day, I have to do what's in alignment for me. And so, yeah, there may be something coming up where it's like you may have to be bold and make the first move. You might have to be first. Cardinal is just all about that leadership energy. And it's funny because I asked about taking the lead. So there's something that you might have to be the first with. You're the one who may have to take the lead. And that's powerful and that's beautiful. Like I was literally thinking about leading, like as I think I was doing this question, you know, for my reading before I was even on this. So like yesterday, and I was thinking about like line leaders in school, like what does it really mean to be a leader, right? And it's really just the one that can take initiative, because it doesn't mean that other people aren't capable and able. But sometimes someone just has to kind of like organize and be like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Like everybody's going to come together and we could do it like this. And like, you know, and there's something about being a kind leader there too. But yeah, a personal issue reaches resolution on the bottom of the deck. Full moon in Cancer energy. So this may be something like your personal life, maybe something that has to do with family, with this Cancer energy, maybe something that has to do with the living, a home situation with this Cancer energy. So to resolve something, so something is going to reach resolution. Your hard work is paying off, so like solutions being found, positivity is being found if you can release it. Yeah, and then we have it's time to release negativity here too. So there may be something you need to let go of so you can just like step up and do it. And I'll also say like Leo rules the heart, right? Like the heart energy is so important. And I don't know if I finished my point about community, but like when I was talking to my community, I also was talking about like, and I've recognized this over time, that bravery, courage, it all stems from the heart. It all stems from the heart. And so we have to build, and I'm looking at malachite here. And I also meant to tell you, I have some malachite. I have clear quartz, some blue sodalite, and some citrine that called to me, that kind of wanted to be here. So those are the crystals you have supporting you. Maybe you should look into those crystals, see if any of them resonate with you, because maybe they want to do some work with you. But yeah, so there has to be some healing in the heart here too. And as you release the negativity, make sure you cleanse your heart, you know, and give a little forgiveness to anyone in need, whether it's you or the situation or somebody else. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring in that healing of the heart to help you be able to step up and be brave and to make steps towards your highest and your best good, right? Okay, thank you, Spirit. And I'm like, we're almost 20 minutes in, so we might just stick with the Moonology for now. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card? Look at the bigger picture popped out. Full moon is Sag. Well, again. Can I please have a card for where is more courage, bravery, and heart needed for the collective at this new moon in Leo? Where is more courage, bravery, and heart needed at this new moon in Leo for the collective? We got conclusions are within reach. Hold your vision on the bottom of the deck. Conclusions are within reach. So maybe you're tired right now. Like maybe you're really like on the precipice of feeling like you want to give up, you want to stop, because maybe you haven't seen that your hard work is paying off. You've been working hard for some time and it doesn't seem like it's actually coming into fruition, but it is. Conclusions are within reach. Like I could literally think of like in reach, like you're almost there. So it's very much a time to not give up, because you're about to see something. Like when I say you're going to see something tangible that will let you know exactly what it is, and you'll be able to know how to move forward. Conclusions are within reach. Hold your vision. And there's that half energy. So half of y'all may be called to stay with something, and the other half may be being called to pivot. And so you're going to have to be very clear, and you're going to have to watch for the signs. Clear quartz and citrine. I like citrine because it helps with vision. Vision, imagining, sacral, being able to see what you want to create forward. And of course, clear quartz can bring clarity in any way, form, shape. So yeah, so something is going to be coming. I'm kind of giving like a don't give up, a stay with it. Because there's something here that's going to pay off. Like, what do they say? Don't give up before the miracle happens. And like, maybe it's seeming like really hard, you know, when women have babies. Maybe TMI for people who don't know about like women having babies. But of course, you go through their stages of labor, right? There's labor, and then there's active labor. And then at the end, when you're about to deliver and push the baby out, the baby has to pass through the birth canal, and they call it the ring of fire, because everything gets so intense at that point when you're pushing the baby out. But also with having babies, once the baby is out, the pain is gone. Like the contractions stop. You know, you also have to deliver this placenta and things, but it's like magic, like the way, because you did it. So it's going to seem really intense, maybe because you're about to get to this conclusion, to the climax. You're right there. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And that's full moon eclipse, by the way. An eclipse season, we're going to be in it soon, probably like another month and a half. I think September we'll have our first eclipse. So we're on the precipice of that too. So that may be significant for you. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have a card for what will help lighten the collective's heart at this new moon in Leo? What will help lighten the collective's heart at this new moon in Leo? The end of a tough cycle approaches. This is full moon Capricorn energy here. So the end of the tough cycle approaches. It's like, so the conclusions that are within reach, it's going to be the end of a tough cycle, and you're going to be starting a new thing. Yeah. Because I see a lot of conclusion energy with this full moon in Scorpio, the conclusions within reach, the full moon eclipse, and this full moon in Capricorn. So there are things that are going to be coming to a head. There are things that are like going to be concluding, and you're going to know exactly where you need to go next. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I want to say this is going to be positive for you. Like everything can be positive for you if you have the right mindset, right? Because I was already talking, it's mind over matter. And so with this be bold and make the first move, it's like how it goes can be dependent on you. How it goes will be dependent on you. The energy is gaining momentum. And then I see, what do you need to release underneath that? And it's time to release negativity. That's already answered for you. So the energy is gaining momentum. Like you're on your way to where you want to be. and you can be a little bit more decisive. I know if I was looking the guidebook for this card, it says, what is the word? I'm going to have to think about SpongeBob to even pull up the word. Assert yourself. Shout out to my millennials. Shout out to my millennials. When SpongeBob tells Plankton, or Plankton is trying to teach SpongeBob how to assert himself, and he was really like using SpongeBob. But this card talks about being assertive, like kind of steering things where you want it to go. Because when you're passive, when you're not doing that, then you're at the beck and call of whatever can come. Like we had saw that nothing is yet set in stone energy. You know, I don't know anything about steering boats and whether or not you should be trying to maneuver out of a storm or whether you would just sit there. But I'm just seeing like, you know, you could be at the mercy of an energy, or you can use your energy to kind of propel yourself where you would like to go. You know, so that's kind of what I'm getting. And I feel pretty complete. I'm like, do I want to get some clarifying messages? No, because I think it's clear. I think it's clear that you're going to be seeing something tangible, something physical, and showing that your hard work is paying off, and that tough cycle that you have been in for however long, the conclusion of it is within reach. Okay, it says it's approaches, it's within reach, like it's coming. So there's something about like releasing the negativity. Maybe you feel like you can't do it. Maybe you feel whatever is there. I feel like it may be something very much in the mind, but it may be something external and physical too. And so this is where you're gonna have to like use your discernment and like have to know what is going on with you and tap in with what's best for you. And if you need help with that, definitely tap in with the clear quartz and the blue sodalite and the citrine that is here to help you. Okay, and that malachite, get your heart open, because maybe you do know, maybe you already know, but you're not being bold and you're not making the first move. Maybe you're not moving on it, and there's something here about, you know, move on it. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get the blessing for the collective. Can I have a blessing for the collective at this new moon in Leo? You actually got 2 blessings, babies, and you're blessed. And I also wanted to say, because for my reading, I kept out my blessing card. So that wasn't in the shuffle as I did it. But since it's out, I'm just going to give y'all that blessing. So you're actually getting 3 blessings. So yeah, so it just shows you're blessed. You're blessed. Where's my number 3? Period. Right? So you got 3 blessings. Check out the artwork. Let's see here. The tree trunks seem to be very present. So let's start with this one. Life's blessings. Life bestows her blessing. She is the wind of change flowing through you, and this change is your blessing. Don't try to hold on, no matter how unsettling it may seem, for all will magically transform when the time is right. When you look back, you will see only love. So life's blessings. So that's funny because I was talking about the ships and being in the throes, like being at the mercy of the waves and of at another energy. And in this card saying like, don't try to hold on, even if it seems unsettling. Let it go, because life is taking you somewhere. So maybe if you are going through a rocky time, maybe if you are going through a hard time, and that's why I said nothing is yet set in stone, right? Because just because it looks like that doesn't mean that's what it's going to stay, what it's always going to be, because there's going to be a blessing to be found. And I said, anything could be a positive thing depending on your mindset. So there is always a blessing to be found if you have the eyes to see it. And I pray that you have the eyes to recognize the blessings that are always in your life at any moment. Ashe. Okay, the next one. a blessing without borders. In essence, we are living energy flowing through the ocean of human consciousness. That's funny because I was already talking about like that ocean of energy. Spiritual beings moving through cycles of life, birth, death, and rebirth. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. We are all interconnected and in communion with each other, no matter how much physical space appears to separate us. Feel the blessed presence of someone you love this moment in your heart. Ashe. So I love this blessing without borders because it's just showing like that we are connected, and that's why divination works, right? And that's why you're able to align with a reader or a reading that is exactly what you need in a moment, because this is a blessing without borders. This is a reading without borders. May it find all that need to come in alignment with it. And this is my blessing from me to you. A sunlight blessing. A ray of light bursts through the cloud of uncertainty, and darkness transforms to light. A new day is born, and the first buds of spring appear. You are blessed with the birth of something new. A new season of your life begins with this very special blessing. So enjoy this new season of your life, because the end of a tough cycle approaches. Your hard work is paying off and conclusions are within reach. Okay? Release the negativity and be bold and make the first move. Don't let anything hold you back from being you. That's why God created you. That's why you're here right now, to express yourself in your most authentic light. So peace and blessings. May this reading uplift you, benefit you, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace. Oh, and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feeling. I may want to find like another setup so y'all will be able to like see the cards, see the spread. Yeah, but we'll see. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.